So thank you very much, all of you guys, for coming in tonight. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun. I like to actually share information. I also like to have fun during it. And I also like to eat. So just letting you guys know, tonight we're having delicious spaghetti and meat sauce. Really, really, really good. And you guys have the recipe there as well. And it's the healthy kind too. And it tastes really good as well. Okay. So I just want to know, show of hand, who has never been here before? Just raise your hand. I just want to see. Okay. Good. Who is already a patient? Please raise your hand. Okay. It's okay. Okay, great, thank you. It's okay, you're good, you're good. So welcome everybody. So that's really good, thank you very much for coming. Now another question. Who here is grumpy sometimes? Good. I see a lot of this. Who here gets sleepy sometimes? Okay. Who here gets a little bit dopey, like you can't really? Okay, great. So thank you. I got one of each. That's pretty good. Okay, so way back in the day, I was a little bit of all of them. And I say a little bit. My family members and friends would say a lot of it. And that's why it's important to know the information that we're going to be saying tonight. So a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Sohaila Lopresto, and like Alicia said, I've been in the industry since 1998. And originally a massage therapist. I love massage therapy. It allowed me to help a lot of people. But it also, I was seeing that I wasn't helping as many as I would like. Also, I had my own health challenges. And I tell you this just because I want you guys to know that I've been in a place that is not so good, but I also now in a really good place, which means I feel really good. I have my health back, and now I have a lot of energy. I'm not grumpy, I'm not sleepy, I'm not dopey anymore. So that's very, very good. I'm now happy, see? So that's why I like to actually share the information, okay? So way back, if I want to give you guys more of my history, so that way you guys really understand where I'm coming from. Is that okay? Good. So way back, I call it my life before nutrition response testing, which is one of the therapies that we do here. I was very tired all the time. I was extremely irritable. Like, people would know if I needed to eat just because of my mood. So I would have people sometimes look at me and be, hey, I think you need to eat. I'll be like, no, I'm not hungry. And they're like, no, really, you need to go eat. Okay, that usually meant like I was being snappy or just not nice to people. I also used to have headaches all the time. I lived with headaches. The only difference was the severity. Okay, some days it was better than others, but I would wake up with a headache, go to sleep with a headache, and I just had them. It came a point that I was taking about six to seven different migraine pills to help me cope through the day. That was just for me to be able to get up and be able to go to work, okay? So of course that's no life, because of course that caused other issues as well. All of a sudden I started having seizures as well. Nobody knew where they were coming from. I went to different doctors, different alternative medicine. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. They said everything was perfect, or blood tests or scans, everything was perfect, that nothing was wrong with me. But I said, well, people that is perfectly healthy, they don't faint and have seizures and have headaches every day. And I just thought that that was my life. And I remember a doctor one time told me I had to live with that. Like, you have to learn to live with that. And it came a point I actually believed him, because I just didn't know what else to do. My mother suffered from headaches, sister suffered from headaches. I just thought that was normal, okay, or genetics. Okay, whatever you want to call it. I just thought that was the way it had to be. Did not like it, but I kind of accepted that. Then I got married, had a baby, beautiful baby boy. But, you know, babies don't sleep very well at night at the beginning, right? They wake up That's normal. Okay, but then after 1 year, he was still waking up every 2 hours. And it came a point I was like, mine is broken. What happened to him? And I took him to different doctors. I took him different places, and they all told me, oh, you're just waking up and getting him. You need to let him cry it out. Well, let me tell you, that doesn't work. At least it didn't work for my son. And it was actually awful at the end. He was crying, I was crying. It was a mess. And it was still not fixing the problem. Then my son started having ear infections after ear infections after ear infection. It came to the point by the time he was 2 years old, he had ear surgery to put ear tubes in his ears. He also had adenoids or different areas of the body taken out to help with the ear infections. But nobody could figure out why every time I would ask, why is he having ear infections? They say, oh, that's normal on kids. But nobody ever told me why he was having ear infections. So I continued giving him the antibiotics and the medications, and he was just not getting better. After 6 months, he would have another ear infection, which meant more antibiotics. It came a point that in a period of 3 months, he had 5 different antibiotics, which I knew that was not good. I was like, that's destroying his body. I don't know what else to do. Then, by the time he was 4 years old, he had already 2 other surgeries for the ears to put more ear tubes in his ear because of the ear infections. But now, by the time he was 4, he had developed severe asthma. He was on 2 different oral steroids and a nebulizer, which is a machine that they have to breathe in, with more steroids in there. And he wasn't breathing properly. So again, this is a little 4-year-old with a bunch of medications now, and especially the steroids, which was affecting the way he was growing, which meant he actually got stuck on the height because the steroids. Also, his moods were extremely unpredictable. He was extremely moody, and I knew it was because of the steroids. He was almost uncontrollable. He couldn't sit still, he couldn't do anything. And again, he was not breathing properly either. It came a point, again, at the age of 4, we were playing in the living room, and he got up, and he just ran like a normal 4-year-old would do. He ran one little lap around the sofa, and my sofa's not big, okay? And he stopped, and he looked at me, and he said, Mommy, can you please help me breathe? When your 4-year-old tells you that, something inside of you just collapses, does something, breaks, and I just started crying. I just was like, I would give you my lung if I could. I don't know what else to do. And that night, I prayed so hard. I was like, God, please, I don't know what else to do. I'm doing everything I know. Please show me something that I can do to help my son. I promise you I would do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter how much it costs, doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how strange it looks. I just need some answers. And I promise you, if you give me that, I would do what you put me in this earth to do, which is to help people achieve health. Well, a week later, my prayers were answered. I was at a health fair. I was doing chair massages there. And across from me was a booth from Palmer Natural Health. And Dr. Lisa Palmer, she's the owner and the chiropractor here. And she was there, and she was doing the nutrition testing. And I looked at that, and I said, that looks weird. But, I kept hearing myself saying, you said you'll do whatever it takes, right? So I went up to her, and I was talking to her, and I said, do you guys see kids? She said, yes. I booked an appointment. I brought my son in. And she has been the only person that was able to not only help my son, but help me. She was able to actually pinpoint and tell me the real cause of why my son was having the ear infections, which was huge, and also why I was having migraines and headaches. And she's the only person that actually told me that that wasn't normal and that that was not genetics. So you guys want to know what was wrong with me back then? Yes? Okay. I had a lot of heavy metals in my system. Okay? I didn't know that. The heavy metals were actually making my headaches worse. Okay? My son had a lot of heavy metals, but his was more in his lungs, and it wasn't allowing him to actually get better. Also, a lot of food sensitivities was going on there as well. And believe me, I didn't used to eat very well back then, okay? And I'll tell you more about my food habits later, okay? So after we started on a program here, a nutritional program, we started changing things. We started taking nutritional supplements, all whole foods. And after 1 week, my son's runny nose that he had since he was born stopped completely. That caught my attention. After 3 weeks, my son started breathing better. His mood got better. I started decreasing the amount of steroids that I was giving him, and after 3 months, he was completely off of all steroids, and he was breathing perfectly fine. He was actually running, jumping like a normal 4-year-old would do. Okay. Also, he started listening to me, actually following directions. Look at that. Like, I didn't know that could happen, okay, back then. And something very important that happened after 2 months of me being on the program, one day I woke up and I didn't have a headache. I literally woke up and I felt like something's missing. I actually felt like something's missing, something's not right. There was just not, like something just wasn't right, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I was cooking breakfast and I'm singing, and all of a sudden my son looked at me and he said, "Mommy, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, buddy, I'm fine. Why?" And he's like, "You're being so nice." Again, he was 4, you know, but I didn't realize that I wasn't being nice before. Can you be nice if you're in pain? Not really. Can you have patience if you're in pain? No, patience level goes down to this much. When you're not in pain, then, you know, your patience level becomes a little bit bigger, okay? Before it was like this, now it's like this, okay? So it's a little better, okay? So again, that was way back when. Now I could say today, my son is almost 10 years old. He runs 1 mile in 9 minutes, no issues at all. He loves running, okay? That's one of the things he likes to run cross country. And he's swimming, and he's doing very well. No more ear infections at all. I haven't had a migraine in 4 years, which is amazing. And again, I used to have them all the time. And headaches, I haven't had them. It's not one of those that you just get up, I just don't know what they are. And I don't know how I used to live with them. Now that I don't live with them, I'm like, how did I survive that? I have no idea. Okay, because it's actually wonderful to be out of pain. Okay? So after I got better, my son got better, that's when I said, you know what, there's a lot of people out there like myself, and I'm sure like you guys, that are in pain, that are dealing with things that is not ideal, that you've gone to different doctors, different alternative medicine or traditional medicine, and you don't have answers. How many people are here because they just don't have answers? Please raise your hand. Okay, so this is the place for you, because I can assure you we can give you some answers, okay? So that's why I'm doing this, because I know there are people out there like myself that don't have answers, and they want some answers, and they want to get better, and they want to get healthy. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm so passionate about this, and that's why I could talk here for like 3 hours. I won't do that today, don't worry. But I love sharing information, okay? Everybody should have a handout. And go to the page that says, are you grumpy, sleepy, or dopey? It was on your chairs, right? Okay. Good. So why did we call it grumpy, sleepy, or dopey? Okay, yes, we're in Orlando, Disney. Yeah, we're trying to be funny. Okay. I got laughs. That's good. Okay, so, but it's also because those are some of the symptoms that you can actually see when you are dealing with radiation. Okay, so radiation comes from different places. Okay, comes from cell phones. It comes from your computers. It comes from Bluetooth. It comes from video games. It comes from a lot of places, okay? So radiation is actually not very good. It comes from sun exposure. So have you guys ever been outside in the sun for too long, and then they call it like you have sun poisoning? That's actually radiation poisoning. Is the radiation from the sun is too much, okay? Airplane flights. So when you actually go in an airplane, you have a lot of radiation in there. It's literally a metal tube that you're in, and they have to send signals to, of course, and you want that. You want them to send the signal to the tower, okay? You want that. So the thing is that you're stuck in there, okay? And now all those signals are actually bouncing off, and you are the one receiving them, okay? So what's so wrong? And then, of course, X-rays machines, those are also radiation. That's why you see the person puts you with your gown and something else on top, and where do they go? They go way outside around the lead wall, okay? They don't stay inside with you, okay? There's a reason for that, okay? They don't want to be exposed to the radiation that they're about to give you, okay? So some of the symptoms of radiation: fatigue, being tired, okay? I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I go to, for example, the convention center, which sometimes I have to go there because there's a convention, there's something, a continuing education class I have to do, or what have you. If I go into a convention center, I am so tired by the end of the day. And before, I just thought, well, it's because I walked. But you know what? I walk all day. No, it's because inside that convention center, and this is just an example, there's a lot of radiation. If you actually look up, you see all the electricals, you see the lights, you see everything. And again, they have to communicate. And all those is radiation. Have you ever walked into a room, and you're walking, and all of a sudden you feel like a heaviness on your neck or on top of you? That is also radiation. Some people feel it, some people don't feel it, okay? But those are some of the ways you can tell, like, ooh, there's a lot of radiation in this area. Okay? When you start feeling tired all of a sudden, you don't know why. Also sleepy. So let's say you had a lot of energy, and then all of a sudden you just feel like you just can't keep your eyes open. Okay? That could also be from radiation. Being grumpy or irritable, of course radiation can do that as well. Or being apathetic. What does apathetic mean? I'm sorry? You don't care about anything. It's like, oh, something happened. Somebody fell down in front of you, and they're injured, and you just go like, okay. All right. No big deal. Okay, something bad happens, you just don't care. You just don't have any desire to do anything. Okay, all those things could be from radiation. Difficulty concentrating. Okay, this is a good one. So let's say you're reading something, or you're in your tablet or Kindle or whatever it is that you're using, and you're reading, and all of a sudden you're just like, you can't concentrate, you get sleepy, all that. It could be from the radiation from that technological device. Also, difficulty with memory, actually remembering things. That's also from radiation. Difficulty learning. Headaches. Sharp pains. All of a sudden, have you guys ever been talking on the phone for a long time? The phone gets really hot, and then all of a sudden you just feel this heaviness or pain or a sharp something in your head. Have that ever happened? I know it used to happen to me a lot. Okay? And that's because of that radiation. Or nausea or upset stomach. All of a sudden you're feeling that, you walk into a place and you start feeling that, and it could be from that radiation. Okay? Now, I know radiation is everywhere, okay? It's almost impossible to really get away from it, especially nowadays, okay? There's always a cell phone tower, there's always Wi-Fi, there's always all this stuff out there. Okay, so what do? Go in the cave and hide? No, I'm joking. So there's different things that we can do to help, and I'll talk about those more later. But how does radiation actually affect your body? I just told you a bunch of symptoms. How does it actually do that? How does it actually affect your body? Radiation actually goes and attacks your thyroid, which is the gland that is right here, looks like a little bow tie in front of your neck. Your thyroid controls almost everything in your body. It controls your weight, It controls your energy, whether you have too much energy or too little energy. Have you ever met people that they're like 100 miles an hour and no matter at what time of the day or night, they're always like that? Usually that's the thyroid, okay? Or the people that are very tired, that's the same thing, okay? It's the thyroid as well. Also problems losing weight, the thyroid controls your weight. It controls your digestion as well, okay? Also, radiation opens up the blood-brain barrier. So what does that mean? Okay, so the human body is very, very smart. It actually likes to protect the brain. Why? Because that's where everything stems from. So there is this little barrier that exists between the blood and your brain, so nothing can get leaked into it. What happens with radiation is that radiation actually attacks that and it weakens that and it opens up that barrier. So now anything in your blood actually could get seep into your brain. That could be like heavy metals. Before you had heavy metals in your blood and all of a sudden now you could have them in your brain. Heavy metals from teeth, okay? Now they're not using the metal, the mercury as much as they used to, but some of them are still using them. People that are having the metal braces as well. That is something that could also be leaking, okay? And it could actually go directly into the brain, okay? So you want to make sure that's why it's so important to go ahead and stay away from radiation as much as possible, okay? Also, the radiation changes the structure of your DNA, okay, of your genetic code. It actually changes it, okay? You don't want to be messing with that one, okay? So making sure stay away from that. Also, studies have shown increased brain tumor. People that are with like on cell phones all the time or Bluetooth all the time, they have now done studies that radiation increases the brain tumors and also increases your risk of cancer, okay? So it's also very important to take precautions to make sure that you're protecting your body from radiation, okay? So now that I told you all the bad news, now I can give you good news, okay? Is that good? You guys ready for some good news? Okay, how do you prevent that? Okay, keep your cell phones away from your body, okay? So I know sometimes it's very comfortable when you're out and about, you put your cell phone in your pocket. Okay, it's comfortable, right? Well, by you keeping it on you all the time, it's actually affecting you and it's actually giving you more radiations to actually keep your cell phone away from you as much as possible. So in a purse and just try to keep it away as much as possible. And I just saw a couple of people putting them on their purses. That was funny. That's good. Good job. Okay, also when you're talking on the phone, keep the cell phone away from your face. Okay, so instead of talking like this, actually keep it away from your face, speakerphone, FaceTime, Skype, all those for longer conversations. Keep the cell phone away from your face. This is very important. Do not use laptops and do not keep laptops on your lap. Okay? Two things. Not only the radiation is going to actually be directly on you, also the battery gets really hot and it can burn you without you even noticing it. So never put the laptop on your lap. Have a barrier there. Put it on a table. Don't just put it like that. Do not sleep with your cell phone under the pillow. I know a lot of people do that. Or like right on your bed. Try to keep it away from you. Or even better, turn it off. Okay, I know most people nowadays don't have house phones, but if you do, then you don't need the cell phone on. But if you don't, then keep it away from you. Okay? Use EMF protection like Altera, and this is an EMF protection or protector, and I'm going to show it to you guys. And it's a sticker, but this sticker actually helps protect you from the EMFs or electromagnetic field that is coming from your cell phone. And all you do is you put this on your cell phone. Okay? We can actually test you here in the office to see how many stickers each device needs. Not all devices are the same. So I know Apple tends to have more radiation, so it needs more stickers. We have others that require a lot of stickers. We have other brands that require a little bit less stickers, okay? So we can actually test it. There's also a plug that helps. And this is called like the whole house, not necessarily whole house. This does about 5,000 square feet. It would cover that. So you can actually plug this in and it would help. It's not going to interfere with the signal. Okay, I get that question a lot. Will it interfere with the signal? It won't. It would just help protect you from those, from that radiation that you're being exposed to. Okay, so again, there are different ones though, and there's some that you could even wear to help you when you're out and about as well. Also, and this is something extremely, extremely important, do not allow babies or kids to play with the phone. Okay? And I know that's hard because as a parent, that's the easiest way to keep your child okay. But it is very important to not do that. Why? Those brains are developing, okay? That's when they're growing. And the radiation from that cell phone or from that laptop or from that tablet can actually change the DNA and the structure of the kid. So you want to make sure that they're staying as healthy as possible. They're already bombarded with radiation from other areas, so it's better that you don't let them actually have it. So again, my son is 9, almost 10. He's dying for a cell phone, okay? And it's like, not now. And if he has to talk to somebody on the phone, I put it like this, but it's always speakerphone, like he doesn't grab it. Why? Because when you put it here, that radiation goes directly in their heads. So it's just very important. Believe me, I'm a huge, huge, huge kid advocate, okay? So anything that we can do to protect our kids is actually good. Any questions on radiation? Yes.
I'm surprised that microwave isn't under your...
Well, microwave also, yes. Okay. Yeah, microwave is a big one. Probably I forgot because I don't have one. So I forgot I didn't put that there. But yes, microwave is one, so thank you. So when you heat up the food in the microwave, even if you put the, what is that called? The little cover protector, it's still heating up your food, it's still changing that. Okay, it's changing the way the food is, okay, because it's radiating it, and now you're eating that. That means you're also changing that. You're changing your own body with that. So microwave, even if you don't heat it up, you just turn it on and off, that is also radiating. It's actually microwaving the people that are around. And not just in that room, but in the whole area. So I don't use a microwave. I don't have one. And I know some people that have one, but they just use it as storage. They even have it unplugged. Okay, it's just like a storage unit in there just because the house came with it. Okay, yeah.
How effective do you think are like salt lamps?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The salt lamps?
Salt lamps with the...
Is that, they're supposed to like neutralize certain things like your cell phone and stuff?
I don't know. I don't know about the salt lamps. I haven't tested one. I truly don't know. I do know they do help clean out some debris from the air, but I don't know about the radiation. That's something we'll have to test. And that's why I love what we do, because we can test. And that way we know if it's helping you or not. Okay? So it's actually awesome. Yes?
Just in front of just a regular computer?
Yes, any computer. So it could be, her question was if it was even in front of any regular computer. Yes. So even if it is the big older ones or the thin ones or what have you, any computer, any TV. So there's different, I understand. So there's, like I said, there's different things that you can use to help protect you from those radiation, and they do sell those EMF protectors for computers. For laptops, they have it for, what is that called? Not the laptop, the monitors and everything else. Okay, so again, there's certain things that you can do to help protect you, and the best way is like I said, we can test, and then we can go from there. Also, the whole house plug could also help you with the computer one, or any other HD or TV screens. Have you guys ever turned on a TV screen and you hear that's actually the radiation, okay? So whenever I hear that, I try to stay away, okay? So how, you guys keep hearing me, especially those of you that are new, keep hearing me saying, we'll test you, okay? So this is what's happening, okay? So what's happening is radiation is causing you to have nutritional deficiencies, okay? It's causing your body not to be at its best. That nutritional deficiency makes your organs not function well. For example, your thyroid, but it could be any other organ, okay? So that organ, then you go ahead and you go walk around some more, and we live in planet Earth, so we're around radiation all the time. So that radiation goes ahead and gives you more nutritional deficiency, which then in turn gives you more organ dysfunction. And again, that's something that just continues to happen, okay? So what we want to do is we want to put a stop to it. So I have here radiation, but what's happening too, on top of that, is the way we eat. The way we eat also affects the body. So as an example, let's just pick sugar, okay? So sugar causes nutritional deficiencies, which in turn give you organ dysfunction. When your organs are not functioning properly, now you're getting hungry again and you're craving, and what are you craving? More sugar. So then you go ahead and you feed it more sugar, and then your body has to use a lot of minerals and a lot of other good food to be able to process that, so it gives you nutritional deficiency, which in turn gives you more organ dysfunctions. And then we continue in this cycle. It's a vicious circle. So what we do here, we try to put a stop to it, so that way that cycle gets interrupted, and then we're able to actually give your body good food and actually make your organs actually heal and feel better. Okay, does that sound good? Good. So the way we do that, okay, we do that through nutrition response testing. Nutrition response testing is a natural way of analyzing the body. We see what area of your body is doing well, what area of your body is not doing so well, and then we see what nutritional supplementation you might need in order to help you, okay? The easiest way for me to actually explain what nutrition response testing is by actually demonstrating it, okay? So that's what I'm going to do right now, okay? I'm going to demonstrate that. Okay, and this is just the purpose of demonstration, okay? She's actually Alicia. She's actually healthy. She's doing well. She's on the program, okay? So I know I'm not going to find anything wrong per se with her because she's doing well, but this is just a demonstration, okay? So the way we do nutrition response testing is we do it through muscle testing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow her arm. I promise I'll return it. Okay, keep your elbow straight, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply gentle pressure going down, and all she's going to do, she's going to match my pressure going up, okay? So match my pressure. Good. So you see how that gets nice and tight? That's the locked muscle, okay? It's locked because no matter how hard I push, that arm stays nice and straight, okay? What I'm going to do now is, now that you guys saw what a locked muscle looks like, I want to show you what an unlocked muscle looks like. So there's a spot right here on the bridge of the nose. One side of my finger is going to help her arm remain nice and locked. The other side of my finger is going to make it go down. Everybody has it. It's just a reflex. It's kind of like when the doctor hits you in the knee and the leg goes. It's the same thing. I don't have to hit her there. I'm just going to touch it. Okay? Sure, she's thankful for that. So match my pressure. Good. Match my pressure. Nice. So it goes down. Okay? So this is what Dr. Lisa Palmer was doing when I went to that health fair that I was telling you guys about, okay? And I told you guys when I first saw it, I said, this is weird, okay? But it works very well, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is, there's different areas of the body that we actually do a scan, and we actually see if an area of the body is doing well, or if an area of the body is not doing so well, okay? So if the area of the body is doing well, the arm remains nice and locked. If the area of the body needs help, then the arm goes down. In this case, I'm just going to show you as an example. We're going to say that her thyroid, this right here, is not doing too well. Okay, we're just going to say that, but I know hers is doing well. Okay, match my pressure. So that's good, and for demonstration purposes, the arm will go down. Just let it go down. Good. Okay, so that's how it would look like. Okay, So in reality, match my pressure, hers is nice and strong. So good job, okay? Exactly, she just said, I'm taking my supplement, so good job, okay? But if she wasn't, then the arm would just go down when I touch that, okay? So the way that happens is kind of like hypothermia. Okay, so let's say you're up in Alaska and you, wait here a minute. Okay, let's say you're up in Alaska and you jump in the river or something. For whatever reason you do that, okay? Now your body goes into hypothermia. So when the body's into hypothermia, the body is very smart and it likes to protect the main organs, your core. The body knows you can live without an arm, you can live without a leg, but you cannot live with your main organs. So it routes all the energy to the center and it forgets about the limbs, okay? It's the same thing here, okay? So right now she's not under a lot of stress or anything like that. So when I touch here is good, here is good, but let's say if the thyroid was needing help, then the minute I touch it, the arm will go down because the body knows I don't care about my arm, I care about what's going on with my thyroid, for example. So does that make sense? Yes. Okay, so that's how the body knows which area it is that it needs more help. Okay? So the way we do here is we use whole foods. That means in here there is food, okay, in little tiny tablets, okay? So the same way you can feel the energy from the sun that is far, far away, the same way your body can actually feel the energy that's coming from the little pills in here, okay, the food that's in here. Everything has energy. Food has energy, we have energy, plants have energy, everything has energy. So the minute I put this here, are you taking this one? Yeah, okay. So the minute I put that here, she's nice and strong. Okay, so I'm gonna have her touch it, match my pressure, that's nice and strong. So her body's telling me, yes, I like that one. So now what I'm gonna do is, just for fun, I'm going to grab a different one. Okay, put that one away. I'm gonna have her touch, and this time I'm actually going to do it, match my pressure. See how it goes down? Okay, and this time I can actually go here, that goes down too. Okay, why? Because this one right here is actually a supplement designed for the prostate. She doesn't have that. Okay, thank you very much, Alicia. Okay, yay. Okay, so that is actually, the body is so smart that we actually are able to design a clinical nutrition just for her because her body can actually tell me what she wants and what she doesn't want, okay? And we actually are able to say how much of each thing does she want, okay? So that's why nothing is cookie cutter here. You could have two people with the same exact symptom, but they have two completely different programs because no two people are the same, not even twins, okay? We have had here twins and same exact symptoms, but their programs were very, very different, okay? So we're able to help them. So we actually, we do a design clinical nutrition, and the main difference is that this is designed specifically for you. So it's kind of like getting a suit or a dress just made for you. It feels very different than going to buy clothes at a store, okay? Also, we also go for your overall health. We know you're not just a thyroid, you're not just the brain, you're not just your spine, you are a full body. So we actually look for your entire, we actually address your entire body, your entire health. Okay? It's also safe and natural. So we can give this to babies, to toddlers, elderly, everybody in between. Why is safe and natural? Because we use whole food supplements made with real food. Okay? So